Hello everyone. See everyone's starting to pop on. Welcome. So, hello. I am Nikki Marie. Oh, that's cute. That's very cute. Hello, Nikki Marie. Hello, how are you doing this evening? All right, quick, I just popped on. Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Looks like someone already knows how it works. If y'all have not seen me go live before, you put the name of who you want in the comments. And if you come to me for a normal reading, I don't ask you those things, but there's energy connected to names. So on lives, it just makes it faster. So my moderator will pull one, and then I will just pull one spirit-led from the people starting to gather here. And then back and forth. Hello. Welcome to everyone joining. So glad you could make it. What was that first one?
Hog horses, Grandma Bettis.
Very good. Horses. Grandma who?
Bettis.
Bettis. That's what I thought you said. Wasn't sure if I had that right. All right, I was going to say Miss Hog Horse. I'm not sure if it's a Mr. or Mr., but we're about to pull up. Hello, Alabama. I had a reading in Alabama earlier today.
Brittany is her name, Brittany.
Brittany. Miss Brittany, your Grandma Bettis. Okay, we got Grandma. Okay, so the Grandma Bettis stepping up. She's dressed nicely. She's got a purse, and then she has a tissue stuffed in her, hello. She's got tissue stuffed in her sleeve. And in this purse, it's like she's looking at it. She has just about everything in this purse, but she's specifically taking out some powder for her nose and some lipstick. She's fixing up her lipstick. She is, has her hair done just so, and I feel like it's back teased. And she's really wanting to put her lipstick on nicely and to blot it, is what she's saying. I don't know why when I get in the car, like, I don't know if she lived in the South, but very much she's getting in the car and cranking the air conditioner, like how was Biaggi's? It was very nice. Thank you for asking. Cranking the air conditioner like her car is really hot. So either she lived in a hot place or she just didn't like that stuffy car feeling. She just couldn't handle it. So make sure, Brittany, you confirm or deny. If this does not sound like your grandmother, please say so, and we will just move on and figure out who she belongs to. So Brittany, if you're still on, please confirm or deny if the person I explained sounds like your grandma. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. We'll just figure out who she belongs to. She's not coming up. All right. Looks like for those here that are on here, if you have been with me before.
Oh, wait. She did not wear any makeup.
Okay. So does she not wear powder at all? Because she's not showing me a lot of makeup. She's showing me powder and then putting something on her lips. So I'm assuming that means this is not your grandmother. So we're going to try to see who she places with. All right, for everyone, listen up. We have a spirit here who we need to place. She has a grandma energy. She was from the South. She definitely lived in the South. I was trying to decide if it was deep South or not. I'm not feeling, it was right there, like Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, somewhere in there. I am asking her name, and she's saying, she wants me to say, she's not saying she's grandma, she's saying she's either Momo or Mamo. So that's what she would have been called. She is very particular about how she is taking her powder out of her purse, and she is dotting her nose and putting lipstick on.
Briskets. I hope it's my mama.
She absolutely was a church-going lady. I was going to say Baptist, but I'm not exactly sure. But she was definitely Protestant, and she was very faithful to that religion. And she's showing me coming home after church, and she is she's staying in her church clothes and putting slippers on so she doesn't get a run in her hose because she's going back to church that evening. So she doesn't want to get completely changed out of her clothes, but she's going to put on some comfy shoes and then she's going to go back to church. All right, so listen up, please. Yes, these are readings. You put the name of the person you want read in the comments, and then my moderator chooses, and then I pick one up. Right now, we're trying to place one that is free-willing it here. This lady is from the South. She's either a mammal or a momo. She is showing me, she's all dressed up, and she's got her little purse, and she would keep a tissue in her sleeve, and she was all about making sure she had powdered her nose and had her lipstick on. After church, she would come home and just change shoes into some slippers so she didn't ruin her hose because she's going to go back to church that evening. So this lady, and she was Protestant. Does this lady sound familiar to anyone?
It's my grandma dollar. It just clicked. Hog horses. Brittany, the first lady.
Oh, okay, very good.
So that's not Bettis, that's dollar.
All right, very good. So, so what just happened here is the first person we called up to get her grandma, she wanted her grandma Bettis. I started describing her, and Brittany was like, yeah, no, that's not Grandma Bettis. But then she just clicked. It's her other grandma, Grandma Dollar. And that very much can happen if... I was actually turned into spirit. So what did just happen here? And so Grandma Dollar is saying, it was my turn. I wanted to talk. So she would have been a little bit more forceful than your other grandmother. Or either that or your other grandma was just nice. And so when she's talking, she's like, yeah, we tricked her. We tricked her. We tricked that Miss Brittany. Okay, so there is another lady stepping up, Miss Brittany, beside this grandmother. Let's see if we can get your two grandmothers here real quick since we had already gotten the one. The other grandmother stepping up is very much lower key. She's not nearly as high strung. She's much more casual. She is, her hair is more free. Her clothes are not quite as pretentious. And she had false teeth. So I don't know if that fits your other grandma, but that's who we got here with your Grandma Dollar. She is talking about, have you been having something going on with your electronics in your house? I wanted to say your TV, Brittany, but I'm not sure if it's your TV or a computer, but I just feel like something's clicking off and on. Something's clicking off and on in your house.
Yes, that was her Grandma Bettis.
Okay, very good. All right, you got two for the price of one here. That doesn't happen often. Oh my goodness. So I was like, that doesn't happen often, and Spirit knows it. And when I turned back, your Grandma Bettis said, and we appreciate you. So that's something that is showing of her personality. Your Grandma Bettis was very sweet and complimentary and would encourage people. Also, one of these ladies... looks like Bettis. She makes me want to shell some peas. I don't know if y'all ever shelled peas before until your fingers turn purple. Did anyone ever do that? That's what this grandma is showing me here, shelling those peas until her fingers turn purple. I used to do that with my grandma. She is also talking about, you were the first one on here. And
yes, we canned all the time.
Oh, very good. You canned all the time. Yes, yes. She's showing me that, I mean, you were the first one on my live, and, there was no rhyme or reason. I didn't have a time of what time I was going to go live. I just asked my husband, I said, you ready? He said, yeah. His computer was rebooting, doing something. And I just feel that you were drawn here all of a sudden. And your grandma saying, that was no accident. We drug her over there. We drug her over to the computer. We drug her over there. Also, she's showing me, Brittany, that every once in a while you'll feel like a kind of a breeze on your face, and you're not sure what that is, and it just feels like, and you're like, what is that? It's your grandma. That would be your Grandma Dollar. The electronics thing is your Grandma Bettis. These ladies are cackling and completely enjoy being around you and watching you run your life. And when I say run your life, they are, no, that's, okay. Y'all gotta love this. Nick Man 1981 says your grandma's a demon. So don't live in fear, honey. Whoever you are, man, I'm so sorry. Don't live in fear. Don't do it. Don't do that to yourself. Don't live in the fear of religion. Live in the love of religion. That's what it's about. I turned back to your grandma, and so the grandma dollar, she was like, "Oh Lord, the things you deal with, honey." Like she's just giving me such sympathy. The things you deal with. Oh, Grandma Dollar, this is nothing, honey. You should spend a day with me. Oh my goodness, when I said you should spend a day with me, she says, "Oh, but I have." That does not surprise me. By the time you're in front of me, your relatives have definitely trotted around with me a little bit. She is very much talking about that. Don't ever doubt that they are with you. And as y'all know, if you've seen me read, I don't let spirits just say they're with you. They have to prove it. And their proof was that, for one thing, they gave me a lot of evidential information. But then the kind of the breeze on your face, and then your other grandma messes with your electronics. They said, make sure you know that just because we're on the other side, we did not stop loving you. Oh, we love you. We did a reading before and it was incredible. Thank you, Samantha Garcia. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, Miss Brittany, thank you for letting me read your grandmas. They did a very good job on their information, even though your one grandma tried to trick us in the beginning. A little trickster she was. All right. When I said it's a trickster, she said it worked, didn't it? It did work, Grandma Dollar. You got yourself right up here, didn't you? All right. How do you get a reading? You can put the name of the person you want read in the comments. To pay for a reading, these are not paid. My moderator is probably rolling his eyes because when you get off of a live, it shows you how much you made. And I'm always like, yeah, these are free. These are free. To book a reading, you go to my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. Now, for everyone listening, make sure after we get off of live, there will be a rash of people pretending to be me. I did a search today on my name on TikTok, and there was what came up for me, 8 people pretending to be me. And I have reported them all, and they're still there. And then I got messages of some others that were pretending to be me, and they didn't come up when I searched, so I don't know what that was. So anyway, I will never direct message you. Please do not send anyone any Venmo money. Don't do it. Those scammers are so freaking annoying. Okay, so we're going to bring this person up here. I'm hearing the name Larry. What kind of energy you got, Larry? Who are you? Your brother, uncle, what are you? I'm feeling an uncle. I'm feeling Uncle Larry. Uncle Larry is a very casual dude. He is in, I said he's casual, and he's like, this is dressed up. He is in jeans and not even a fancy, but a kind of a button-up shirt. Jeans, button-up shirt. He has light brown hair. Do not claim him, please, until I am finished with the information, and we will. Oh, that's so sweet. Someone says that, hi, you are what Antichrist warns us about. You know, honey.
What Antichrist warned you about?
Yes, apparently.
So was that a compliment?
I don't know. I'm not
confused.
Yeah, I think they're confused. They worded it differently. They're saying I'm the Antichrist. And you know what? Yeah. I meditate and talk to Jesus every day. So a little bit about that, and then we'll finish with this Larry person. So y'all know, and most of y'all are going to be in the same book as me that are watching this. You know what I find is so unfortunate is I have a friend who is a different religion. She lives in California. She has a big social media crew that helps her.
Somebody said there's 23 people pretending to be you.
23 people pretending to be. That is just ridiculous. So my person that in California that has this big social media, so they didn't know that she knew me. And they went to her and they said, you know, have you seen that Christy Godwin on TikTok? Because I was doing something that they were, wanted her to look into doing maybe. And they said, you know, the nice Christian. Okay, so I just want you to let that sink in for a moment. They called me a nice Christian because of the people, the Christians who behave like this one. The one that are on here, you're channeling demons, you're the Antichrist. That is why people are leaving our churches in droves. That is not what Jesus preached. If you want to bring someone to Jesus, then walk in Jesus' love. If you want to help someone, offer them grace and mercy and love and understanding. That is what is wrong with our churches today. That is what is making our people not, it's the broken people that need to feel safe going to church. Those people like that are talking about Antichrist, and I'm talking the demons. Y'all are the reason why people don't go to church to get help.
Okay, back to Larry.
Back to Larry. Okay, so we have a Larry here. He's very casual. He's an uncle. He is has light brown hair. He is talking about he'd like to have a drink every now and then. So Mr. Larry liked to have a drink, and he could get kind of wound up because after I talked about this, he's like, "You just tell him," and he's just doing all this like he was someone who would get kind of wound up. He also he liked to hunt. He was a hunter. This man liked to hunt. I don't even know if he liked to shoot things, but I think he liked to be out in the quiet. In the quiet. All right, so does this fit anyone? Let me repeat the information because I got kind of sidetracked with trying to get people to walk in Jesus' love instead of like, talk about demons and crap. Uncle Larry Barnes, overalls, button, brown hair, blue eyes, past of cancer, hunter. There you go. Bree Frady. Brifrady. Brifrady. Very good.
What?
Brifrady. Hit everything. I'm so impressed. I'm looking at her information like, yes, everything fit. Your uncle did an excellent job with his information now, didn't he? Oh my goodness, look at him go.
Brianna.
So Miss Brianna, as I'm saying, your uncle did a good job. He did this. He went, yep, I got you. He did do a good job. Thank you, thank you. So what's going on, Mr. Larry? I said, Mr. Larry. He said, you can call me Uncle. Okay, Uncle Larry, what you got going on for you? He is talking about that there has been recently a celebration in your family. Has someone recently graduated from college or high school? He's showing me my sign for a graduation, and he's like, I'm so excited. Let them know I was there. Let them know I was there. So he wants you to know he was there for the celebration. What else you got, Uncle Larry? Oh, that's so cute, Brittany. Your uncle wanted you to know, as y'all know, if you've watched me read for a while.
His grandson was born recently.
Oh, his grandson was born. I don't let spirits just say, I'm around you. They have to prove it. So he was saying, tell Brittany I'm around her. I haven't forgotten them. I'm around them. And so he is showing me you in the car, and some song came on, Brittany, and you like turned it up and you were singing like nobody's watching. Brianna. Sorry, Brianna. My moderator told me I had your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Not Brittany. Brianna. I can hear you saying Brianna. Oh, I don't care. I knew who she was talking about. I could hear it in my head. Did you just say that? So anyway, your Uncle Larry is talking about you in the car, just cranking that song and singing, and very sweet. It shows that he's around you. He's talking about his grandson that you were saying that was just born, that they're really wishing, his parents are really wishing that he'd been around to see him. And he said, let them know that I knew that baby before they knew that baby. Isn't that sweet? So he was around that baby before you were, before your family was. That is so sweet. How do spirits come to me? I'll answer that in a moment. Also, there is a female around him that he left behind. I'm not sure if it was a wife or someone that he was just romantically involved in. He sends her white butterflies. Well, I say if you want to let her know. I always say it's free will because not everyone believes in mediumship, and that is absolutely fine. You don't really want to deliver a message from someone if they don't want to hear it. Like if they don't believe in mediumship, don't deliver the message. But if they do, let them know that he sends them white butterflies. Okay, so someone asks me how spirits come to me. So I might answer that real quick. And so I was trying to think, how can I answer this quick? That was the pause. So spirits come through what's called your clairs, which are connected to your aura. You have several layers to your aura, and you have your chakras that are connected to the auras, which then feed into your clairs. So let's see, clairsentient. So when this guy, let me break this reading down. So I said I have someone here named, he's showing me, he's an uncle. I felt uncle. I heard Larry. I said he's an Uncle Larry. He is showing me, so that was my clairvoyance. He showed me he was in jeans and a button-up shirt, and he was letting me know a feeling that he was dressed up, which let me know he was a casual guy. What else did, oh, I said he had light brown hair. He was showing me that he had light brown hair, clairvoyance. He showed me he was a hunter. Again, clairvoyance. He showed me him holding a gun. What else did he show me? He showed me a celebration, and I said, oh, someone in your family has had a celebration, and I just saw, like, you know, those pop things, and they spray. That's what he showed me for the celebration. And then he claircognitly, which is just clear knowing, told me or dropped in that he sent white butterflies to someone. And I said, white butterflies? And then clairvoyantly, he sent a white butterfly across my third eye. So really, spirits hit all of my clairs. When I first started learning, when you first start learning mediumship, spirits are going to hit your strongest clair. My strongest one was my clairsentience, and then clairvoyance for me. So that's what they would hit first. And but then as you work on your stronger ones, then you get extra. Okay, so I'm about to say something that's extremely controversial. Are y'all ready? Someone I saw in here asked if someone was with God. So I'm going to say something that is not very popular. It might cause some jest, but it's what I've experienced. I have never gone to heaven looking for someone and them not be there. I have brought through rapists, murderers, and pedophiles, and they have all crossed the veil. Now that doesn't mean they crossed over and they don't have further work to do on themselves, but their soul crosses over and goes back to join source. It comes back to the unconditional love of God. And you've heard me joke about it, but I'm actually serious. I was like, that's why God didn't give me or Jesus didn't give me the book. Because I'd be at Heaven's Gate like, Jesus, you made a mistake. This person really shouldn't be coming in here. You know, we can't help every humans, and we're gonna we try not to judge, even those of us, and I try like heck not to judge, but there's gonna be a part of us that judges others. It's just going to happen. We can never completely be in that unconditional love as hard as we try. So when we go to the other side, that's the reason God doesn't give any of us humans the authority to say who can come and go from heaven, because He loves us all. I know it's hard to believe. You know, you'll be chanting, love thy neighbor, love thy neighbor. God, have you seen my neighbor? Have you seen what those people are saying? Are you sure? Are you sure that's what that said? But it does. Everyone's over there. All right, who you got for me?
Not sure if they're still here. Brandy Girl 80, Grandmother Ruth.
Brandy Girl 80, Grandmother Ruth. Okay, so the person, if you're on here, Brandy Girl, please listen up and see if we...
Somebody asked about a private reading. How do I get a private reading?
Oh, you get a private reading by going to my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium. You click book and a calendar opens up to you and you choose the date and time, and a Zoom link is automatically sent. You pop on your Zoom the day of the reading, and there I am. I will not direct message anyone. Christy Godwin, Psychic Medium. When I said Grandma Ruth, if you're on here, Brandy Girl, please listen up. I got someone who, her hair was dark for her age, which tells me that she definitely dyed her hair. So she dyed her hair and she wore red lipstick. It's kind of a contrast I see because her skin is pretty pale. Oh, thank you. Someone says her private readings are awesome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much. Her lips are a little bit darker than like really red. So we have this contrast going on. Also, there was something about her teeth. I think she had false teeth. She makes me want to move my teeth. So Brandy Girl, if you're on here, please confirm or deny if this is not your grandmother. Then
Somebody, I'm sorry to interrupt. Somebody said that I thought you messaged me. That was not you.
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I will not message. No message, no message, no message. Nope. Please, please do not. Oh, sweet. You have a private reading in a week.
And I'm still watching for Brandy Girl. I haven't seen it.
Okay, Miss Brandy Girl, I'm assuming you're not on here because I haven't heard anything. Did we miss it? I know that y'all are such great helpers. Did we miss Brandy Girl? I haven't seen her on here. So we're going to have a spirit up for grabs.
I'm just not seeing it.
Okay, it's a grandmother energy. Grandma, what's your name? Okay, when I say Grandma, what's your name? I was hearing a B name, like Betty, Bertha, like Bettle? Yeah, old school name, Betty, Bertha, something like that. Okay, so we have a B name, a grandmother. She was someone who dyed her hair that was, like her hair was darker because she was definitely at an age it should have been going gray, but she didn't let it go gray. She dyed it. And she very much wore this very dark red lipstick. And something about her teeth. She had false teeth. She makes me want to move my teeth. This lady was also, I don't know that she smoked right up to the end of her life, but she was a smoker for most of her life. And I can almost feel it in my chest. Okay. Let's see, my Aunt Betty just passed away.
I just put out there. This person, Lesles, my grandma, yes. I just put out there, if everything fits, respond with yes.
Okay, and who was it?
Luzlass.
Luzlass. Right? Leslas?
Yes.
Leslas. I'm going to get tongue-tied saying...
And her name was Belle.
Belle, okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Belle, gotcha. All right, Belle. I knew it was a Belle. I was saying Betty Belle. Yeah. Okay. This lady is... What are you talking about? She showed me flowers. I was trying to figure out why she was showing me flowers. Miss Leslas. I'm going to get tongue-tied with that, but I love saying it. Okay, someone close to this lady has recently been planting flowers. She's showing me them outside, digging on the dirt.
She was a smoker, and she was a belle of the ball.
Yes, that is very fitting to her. You did a good job with your information there, Miss Grandma. Spot on. Yeah, so I said you did a good job with the information, and she did this, which is a symbol my spirits will use when they're spot on. They'll tap their nose. I don't know. So when you're a medium, you'll have a spirit use something one time, and then from then on, other spirits will grab it and use it. And so she did spot on. Like, yep, I knew what I was doing. So someone around this lady has been planting flowers. She shows me them working hard, weeding. And it's an acknowledgement that she's around and that she sees what's going on. And she is also, Brandy Girl, have you been like being really stressed at your job, kind of getting frustrated, wondering if she should be in the job? I just feel like you are dragging yourself getting there. And she's saying, chin up, it'll get better, it'll get better. Also, she is showing me that you would be really good at automatic writing. So automatic writing is when you connect to spirit and you just kind of let them flow through you and you write what they're, you just kind of let it go and you just write. And the hardest thing about automatic writing is you want to judge what you're writing before you get it on.
My job is taking care of my handicapped child.
She's saying it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And to really try that automatic writing, for one thing, you want to journal and get like your frustrations out. Because she's telling me sometimes that you get angry and then you kind of judge yourself for getting angry. There's nothing wrong with getting angry. Because as long as you process it well. So make sure you're not judging your feelings over your situation. Your grandmother is very much talking about you just expect yourself to perform with perfection and a great attitude every day, all day, and that you have unrealistic expectations of yourself. Make sure that you are journaling. Make sure you're getting those out. If you want to know what Spirit is saying to you, you sit and you just kind of let... So I was going to do it right now. Let me show you. Miss Brandy girl.
She said so true.
Okay, so I said, Grandma, tell me something. And the words she gave me were, I saw tears. So I've been crying lately, Miss Brittany, or Brandy girl. Tears, I saw a cross.
Your name,
Brandy? I thought it was Brandy girl. And cleaning. So now this is what you do whenever you automatic write. You just have Spirit give it to you. Now typically the words will mean something to you, but I said to give me words in relation to you. So I saw tears, which tells me you might have been crying lately. Someone's been crying.
Leslie is her name.
Leslie, gotcha. A cross, and then that you've been cleaning. So you just kind of let Spirit go. And sometimes I will be doing a reading and without even thinking, I will look down and have written a name or something. I'll be like, oh, what does this mean? So it's just a way for Spirit to communicate with you. Spirit always wants to communicate with you. I know it's fun to go see mediums. It's fun to have us bring through your spirits, but
Yes, crying a lot lately.
and honey, let yourself cry. Tears are healing. I know a lot of people judge others for tears, so make sure that you're processing and letting them cry, and it's okay. It's okay. Give yourself some grace and mercy, your grandmother is saying. All right. Thank you. Thank you for letting me read your grandmother. She came through with a lot of encouraging advice for you. Thanks, Grandma.
Brooke DeMarco, I don't know if she's on still. Grandmother Madeline. There's a lot of grandmothers on here tonight. Brooke DeMarco.
Brooke DeMarco?
DeMarco.
All right, gonna see if we can get your grandma, Madeline. The first thing this grandma is talking about, so if you're listening up, Miss Brooke, confirm or deny. If it's not your spirit, just say so and we'll move on. It's called evidence. We need to make sure we have the right person for you. Okay, so when I was... Grandma Madeline is telling me that towards the end of her life, she had a hard time getting around, and she's very much making my back hurt. Also, she had problems with circulation in her legs. She's making my legs hurt, and they look a little swollen. Okay, let me make notes. Back, swelling. So that is how she's presenting, and she's showing me it was at the end of her life. And I asked her, I said, well, give me something when you were younger. And when she was younger, but still a grandma, she was just very much moving. She was a mover and a groover, I'm hearing. And always wiping her counters. I don't know why she's in the kitchen, but she keeps making me want to wipe my counters. Like constantly wiping these counters. She couldn't handle any little dust of anything on them. Okay, Miss Brooke, if you're on here, please confirm or deny, because I'm going to bring through a little more information. And if you don't confirm or deny, then we'll give the spirit, we'll see who the spirit belongs to. And if we've missed Miss Brooke, please, y'all let us know.
And it's Brooke DeMarco, not the other Brooke.
Brooke DeMarco. Brooke DeMarco. She's showing me that, what?
Well, this Brooke says, I am Brooke, and my grandma was exactly like that.
Oh. Okay, Brooke, we just might have, I was about to say the last little bit of information was this grandma's talking about passing some jewelry down that did not have any value really to it except for sentimental value. There might be a ring that had a tiny bit of value, but it still wasn't anything big. Okay, Miss Brooke, I think that we...
It's Brooke and... Brooke.
Yep, there she is. She has her grandmother's rings. Brooke Ann 610. I think that is so very funny. All right, Miss Brooke Ann.
It's Brooke M. Claude.
Oh, no, Brooke Ann 6. Well, my husband says I have the wrong Brooke.
Yeah.
And he says I have to listen to the moderator. So which Brooke is it?
Brooke M. Claude.
Brooke M. Claude.
I didn't see anything about jewelry, but that's what I was writing down.
Okay, it looks like we have
Maybe you got two. Maybe you got two Brooks.
That is so funny. So we had the person that the spirit belongs to's name and not the spirit's name. Isn't that funny how spirit does that? I'm telling you. I keep him on my toes today. Okay, what you got for me, Grandma? Okay, Grandma is very much talking about, I don't know why she wants to tease you, but she's teasing you about your sticky counters. Remember I said that this lady was in there, she was constantly wiping her counters. And she's teasing you about, I don't know, you sat something down or you touched her counter and it was sticky. And she's very much teasing you about that. Like she sees what's going on. She's like, I see you not wiping down your counters. And do spirits care if you're wiping down your counters? They do not. They do not care. It's just a way of showing that they're around you. She's also, Brooke, have you been coloring? Like she's showing me an adult coloring book and someone coloring in it. And it's an adult. It's not a kid coloring in it. It's an adult coloring book. Okay, vivid dreams about spirit. I want to talk about that in a minute. Dreams. All right, just had to make a note. As I see something scroll through, I make a note of it or I will forget. And I wanted to come back and address some of it. I try to get some of those questions answered you'll have. It's important to me to let y'all know how spirits work. Okay, also she's showing me someone sitting down and eating candy lately, like they were eating their pain away is what she's saying, which I feel that, eating their pain away. So those are signs that your grandma is around you. She is always there, and she says, and I can hear you talking to me. Your grandmother is always wanting to give you that support. She's always wanting you to feel her. So just know that she is there, and she just proved it by showing things going on in your life. All right. Thank you for letting me read your grandma. I appreciate you. I'm going to answer one of these questions. Someone says that they have vivid dreams. Vivid dreams are, there can be two things with vivid dreams. And without here to ask you more questions, I'm going to give you the two scenarios and which one fits you. If you just have a normal vivid dream, it's a sign of clairvoyance. Y'all heard me talk about that earlier, how Spirit was showing me this picture and it's clairvoyance. It's associated with the third eye. That means you can see things in your mind's eye from Spirit. Now, if you are having vivid dreams that feel like you're kind of in the dream and you're kind of like a robot moving in the dream, that's called astral projection. And it actually means that you are very much, your soul, your spirit is traveling while you're dreaming. That's also a lot of the times associated with sleep paralysis. You know how you'll wake up and you can't move for just a second? That's what astral travel is also associated with that. All kinds of education going on tonight. Oh, it's my turn?
No. I only was able to write down one psychic question.
Oh, a psychic.
From Carol, will Stephen get the cruise ship job?
Yes. Carol wants to know if Stephen will get the cruise ship job. I'm feeling very positive about that.
I'm sure I'll get a bunch of psychic questions.
All right.
Okay, so still my turn.
Still his turn. He's demanding tonight, y'all. I just don't even know.
Can we hit the other Brooke that we thought we were going to talk to? Brooke Ann 610.
Brooke Ann 610.
Grandma Lucille.
Brooke Ann 610. Lucille.
She was the other Brooke.
Okay. Brooke Ann 610. I'm about to try to bring up your grandmother. Lucille. So, Lucille is very much, she's coming forward with a lot of information. So I was like, slow down for a moment. She is, first of all, she keeps referencing my rings, like I'm not wearing them. And she's like, where are your rings? Where are your rings? So she wants to reference the rings. Do you have some of her rings? Some of her jewelry, Miss Brooke Ann? She's definitely talking about these rings. Also, would you have known her to keep her nails polished? Because she is very much wanting me to polish my nails. Yes, I do. Okay. And she's also wanting me to wanting to show me her nails are polished. Something about her hands. She liked her hands to look nice. She says hands tell a story, and she's absolutely right.
I always did her nails.
Oh, you always did her nails? Isn't that sweet? I love it when spirits bring that through. Aww. She's also talking about sitting down and writing. So she's showing me that she would sit down and at a kitchen table and she would write notes and pay her bills, and that's where she did everything. Okay, so
she had the prettiest nails.
She really did. Now, this is something that somebody was asking about.
Yes, she did. Sit at the table.
How I was getting my information. And so I'm not sure if this is interesting to y'all because I just read and bring through the information. So I will tell you a little bit of how I get the information. If that's not something you're interested in hearing or seeing, just please put it in the comments. So how I knew that you had her rings is she was really making me want to grab my rings. She was really making, so I was like, oh, we're talking about rings. And then as I look at my hand to notice that I don't have my rings on, she's bringing me to my nails, which I just had them done. And she said they were nice. And she showed me hers, clairvoyance, and that is called a force connection. So she was showing me that her nails, she liked to have her nails done. Now she is giving me the feeling of a baby.
I made my own ring out of hers.
Ah, very nice. You know, your grandmother's actually saying how much she loved that because she's showing me, she's saying so many people here have their loved ones' jewelry and it's stuck and not worn because it's outdated, it doesn't fit them. She is so happy that you took that ring and made a new one out of it that was more fitting. Now, who has recently had a baby, Brooke Ann? She's really making me want to hold a baby and kiss a baby. So someone in your family has recently had a baby. So if you can confirm who that was, she is saying that she's very excited for that baby, very excited for that baby. She is also, have you recently gone and had your hair done? Because she makes me want to just have she wants me to fix my hair. Like you've recently had your hair done. Again, a sign that she's around, y'all. She has done a really good job with her information, I just have to say. Your grandmother is also someone who was extremely good at telling people when they did a good job. She would not tell them just randomly for no reason, but if they did a good job, she's saying that she would. Because when I turned to her and I said, you did a good job, she's like, well, you did too. Like, she's complimenting me right back. So your grandmother would have been someone who was also very complimentary of others when they deserved it. She's making me see a pie, Brooke Ann, that has like a white coating. I'm not sure if it's meringue or if it's Cool Whip on top, but just know that she is...
She told everything like it is.
Yeah, she did, didn't she? Yeah. So she's referencing this pie. I'm not sure if it's your pie or if she loved the pie, but she's referencing this pie.
She said her birthday's tomorrow.
Birthday's tomorrow. Oh, my goodness. Yep. Happy birthday. Yeah. Are you having pie instead of cake? Because she's very much, usually people give me a cake for a birthday, but she's very much focusing on this pie, like you're going to have pie and not cake. There's some people in my family who prefer pie over cake. Thank you so much, Brooke Ann, for letting me read your Grandma Lucille. She was lovely, and she did an excellent job with her information. And she is, again, before she walked away, she says, tell her about that ring again. She doesn't want you to forget how happy she is of what you did with that ring. She says it's beautiful.
She's the best birthday gift ever, and thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetie. Okay, seems like there was a question I wanted to answer.
You wrote something down.
Vivid dreams, but I covered that. It seems like there was another question that people had. Okay, don't know what it was, so we'll just bring someone up. Oh, dang. Okay. I'm hearing a B name like Bruce, Brandon, and they were killed by a gun. I was trying to think of a nice way of putting that. That was the pause. And this guy's over here, just say it, just say it. He was a little pushy too. So that was part of his personality. Okay, so we now have a B name, Bruce, Brandon. He was, how old were you, dude? I'm going to feel late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there. And he was shot. We covered that. But what's important is he keeps showing me an actual rifle. He's not showing me a handgun. Usually people are shot with handguns. He is showing me he was shot with a, I guess a rifle. That's all you would call a longer gun, right?
A long gun is a rifle. Or shotgun.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't decide if it was a shotgun or a rifle. I just can't decide. So that's the reason I said a long gun. Shot with a shotgun. All right, there we go. But is the name fitting? Is it a B name? Are they in their 20s or 30s? Someone said me. Does that mean me took it? Car Olm, 5990. So Car Olm, 5990. Does that mean you're taking all of that? Carol.
D 5990. Bert. She hasn't responded.
Oh, Bert. Okay, very good. B name. All right, what you got for me, Mr. Bert? Mr. Bert? Okay, so Mr. Bert here is talking about that he
Bert is a friend.
Like he's calling himself that he was a little he's using the word stupid. I was trying to come up with a different word than that. I didn't want to say that word, but anyway, that's what he's saying. He's calling himself stupid, that he kind of not that the shooting was his fault, of course, but he's also saying that he kind of antagonized, was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's like, oh, such an idiot. And, no, you're right. Okay. Thank you. I know so many times today I have done that. I'll try to think of a more kinder, gentler way. And the Spirit's just like, just say it. That's what Bert's doing. Bert is also saying that he is very shocked at how many people actually missed him. Like he was just living his life, not really understanding the effect he had on people. And so once he passed, he was so shocked at how many people still talk about him, how many people came to honor him, just very much in awe of that. He is also I don't know what he's referencing, but whenever he said, he kind of was like hitting my shoulder like, and you're right. Everyone is over here. Tell her that. Everyone is over here. So he's saying it like there's someone over there who y'all ran with, who y'all, if someone wasn't going to make it into heaven, they might not would have made it if there was like a cutoff line. Because he's saying everyone is over here. He's also showing me fried chicken. I don't know why he's showing me this fried chicken, Carolyn, if you knew him to love fried chicken. But he is very much showing me fried chicken. He's kind of making me a little bit hungry. I haven't had fried chicken in a long time. He's very much teasing me because, as I say, I haven't had fried chicken in a long time. He's very much giving me a hard time. Like, he's like, because you're always counting them damn calories. Yes, he was.
Yes, he was funny. Loved everyone, joked around. I just prayed, and there's a lot of loss.
A lot of loss. And he's very much teasing me about counting them damn calories.
He's a country guy.
Very country. He is saying, I do enjoy life. I just, I pick and choose what I'm going to eat, okay? Okay, Bert? I like to fit in my jeans. He's like, yeah, there is that. Yeah, there is that. And they don't lie. Jeans don't lie, people. I'm just saying, jeans do not lie. They tell all about that cake and chicken you ate. Bert is saying, Carol, that he makes me, in the last 6 months, someone who was close to Bert passed. And he was saying, yes, we had the party. We celebrated their passing. And he's very much showing me, it's a beautiful symbol he's showing me of someone passing through the veil, and everyone is clapping them on the back, shaking their hand, and then on this side, in the earth side, we're crying and very much missing that loved one. It's just a beautiful sign. It's like our loss is heaven's gain. It's true. So, Carol, do you smoke? He's telling me, she said, tell her about the smoking, to stop the smoking. So, if you're smoking, Carol, your friend Bert here says, you're going to start to...
I think he's telling it about himself.
What's she saying? Oh my God, yes, about?
What?
So she said OMG, yes, about something. Yes.
OMG, yes.
Oh, it must be the smoking, maybe? I think that you said OMG, yes, about the smoking.
Gosh, that's crazy. I'm smoking now, stressed out.
I'm sorry, that's not funny. It's kind of funny that the spirit, as you're smoking a cigarette right now, he's telling you to stop smoking. Oh my goodness. These spirits. You can't make some of this stuff up. So you must not have gone for a reading before, Carol, because as I turned to him, he's like, this shit is fun. Like, he loves that he is teasing you and completely, because I can see you sitting there smoking, like stressed out, and I'm saying, are you smoking? And you're like, what? Is she in this room with me? What's going on here? No, I'm not in the room with you. Bert just ratted you out. Those damn spirits, they'll tell on you in a heartbeat. They really won't tell you if you don't want to talk. I'm teasing. They won't. If there's something you don't want to talk about and you come to me for a reading, your spirit won't mention it. Your spirit is not going to embarrass you. Your spirit is not going to let something out to me that you don't want to know.
Even in person, I was looking around.
Yeah, I could feel you looking around like, who the hell's in this room with me? That's very funny. All right, Bert, you do get the prize tonight for being the funniest so far.
Mm-hmm.
So far, you're the funniest. All right. Thank you, Carol, for letting me bring up Bert. He was a funny guy. He did a good job.
You're on the roll, so...
All right. Let's see who we got here. Okay, I'm hearing a C name for a man. Listen up. Don't claim it until I get all the information. It's like a Caden. How old were you, Caden? Okay, I'm feeling he was in his 20s. And so this kid, C name with a cut like a Caden, something like that. He passed when he was in his 20s. It could be Conley. But he is showing me when he was younger, he was very much like the life of the party, fun, happy-go-lucky. And as he got into his 20s, life just became a struggle for him. He got mixed up in some things and with some people that he shouldn't have. He's taking responsibility for his own passing, but not in a taking his own life kind of way that you're probably thinking about, in that his actions led up to his passing. Okay, how old were you, dude? I'm seeing like 23, maybe 22.
Mom of the year. My brother is Carlton, 23. That's my brother.
Carlton. And I'm assuming since you claimed him, the rest of it fit. You know, he's very much talking about that he, like you carry so much guilt. He is talking about that he couldn't be saved, that he, if you had tried to hold him back, if you had tried to keep him home, if you had tried to change his path, it wouldn't have worked. You would have just, yes, I think Mom, this is who we have here. Here's your Carlton.
Says that's my brother.
Yeah, that's who we're reading here, Mom of the Year. You're Carlton. Mom of the Year, you're Carlton.
And she said that's him.
Okay, so he's saying that if you had tried to, you or your mom, if anyone had tried to hold him back, try to keep him home, try to keep him from running with the crowd he was running with, it would have just created World War III, and y'all never would have won. It would have just pushed him away. He was going to make the choices that he was going to make.
His name is CJ. So apparently his name is Carlton, but he went by CJ.
Really?
That's what it said. And her name is Jenna.
Okay, so we have a story about that I'm sure my husband's going to love for me to let out of the bag.
Carlton, a.k.a. CJ.
So you say Carlton, a.k.a. CJ. So, and so as I turned, your brother absolutely knew what the heck he just did. Like, you have no idea. I had no idea what I was walking into. Had you put the name CJ in the comments for me to read, my husband would not probably have picked that, and I wouldn't have either. Because as a medium, you can get in your head. Y'all know my husband is Ken. My moderator, he comes on here as Ken. He's CJ to me. That's all I ever call him is CJ. When I met him and we were young, he was CJ. And so it's funny, when he stepped up, he did not tell me his name was CJ, because I absolutely would have been in my head and thought I was hearing it wrong. He came up with the Carlton. So I think it's very funny, because as I turned to him, he's like, got you. He did get me. So,
Does he have a message for my dad or daughter, his niece?
You know, he wants your dad just completely beats himself up all the time over not being able to save him. And that's who he's really harping on that. He could not have been saved. He could not have been stopped. He's saying they couldn't even have hogtied me and kept me home. This guy had a will and a mind of his own, and he was going to do what he was going to do. Your dad is a tinkerer. He shows me, like, just kind of putzing around all the time, and he's with him all the time. Shows me him putzing around the house and just has this blanket of grief on him. And he's like, I am perfectly healthy and I am fine over here. And his one regret is this blanket of grief that he left on his dad. He wants his daughter to know just how phenomenally beautiful she is, and what a kind heart she has. She is, he's referencing her, and this is something you might want to just kind of pay attention to and ask your niece, his daughter, that she's very empathetic, and she takes on the emotions of others. And so when people take on the emotions of others, you have to be careful and help them to differentiate what is their emotions and what is someone else's emotions, just so they don't get caught up in that. It's very difficult. And he is showing me, he says, give that baby girl a kiss for me. And he's making me want to kiss the top of someone's head. So make sure that you give her that kiss for him. Thank you so much for letting me read your brother. He was very good. He came through with excellent information, even played a little trick on me. You know, as I was talking, someone said something about that's me. Said they're very empathetic. So as a medium, I get asked all the time if spirits bother me. They don't. You just have to learn, not just, you have to learn to put up walls. And it's a protection mechanism. You have to, if you're an empathetic person, you're not always going to be able to do it if someone is really close to you and you're very energetically bonded with them, like a child or a parent or a good friend. They're hurt. You're just going to feel their hurts, and there's not a lot you can do about that. But when you go into public places and you're randomly taking on the emotions of others, you really want to make sure you put up some protective walls. And you can envision, in your mind's eye, you envision some walls coming down. And inside those walls are unconditional love that surrounds you. You really have to be careful if you're empathetic, because other people's emotions can really mess you up. You don't have anyone?
I just wrote down, I didn't catch their name, Extra Medium, Dad, Steve, Ross. I was trying to go find a name, but it's scrolling past.
That's okay. Extra medium, you said?
Extra Medium, 1976.
Extra medium, 1976, Dad, Steve. Wow. Was Dad Steve a smoker? So extra medium, if you're on here, extra medium 1976. If you're on here, listen up. We're going to see if we can get your dad pulled up, confirm or deny the information, and we'll see if this evidence is your dad. Here we go. Okay, the first thing I get is someone who has some facial hair. Looks like a mustache. I'm not real sure about the beard. No, he did have some extra facial hair down here. Also, he was a smoker and he liked to drink. Sometimes at the same time, most of the time at the same time. He's making me feel like this when he drank or smoked the most was when he was drinking.
Yes.
Oh, very good. I was like, he was very much just plopping this vision in. I was trying to explain it all. Very good. Extra medium. You did a good job. I appreciate you confirming that. And so when I said that, he said, that's my girl. She's a smart one. She's a smart one. Also, extra medium, your dad is letting me know that you yourself are very clairvoyant. I don't know if you've noticed that or if you've acknowledged it about yourself, that clairvoyance is what's called clear vision. And people think when I see spirits, I see them like in 3D outside. No, I see them in my mind's eye.
Yes.
So, I want you to make sure you're honoring that and you're listening to it, and that's how your dad gives you a lot of information. Also, can you draw? Because he's making me feel like that you can like channel a drawing.
She said, me too.
Are you a drawer? You could channel drawings if you wanted, like channel some kind of artwork. It almost looks a little abstract. Huh. Very cool, extra medium. That's a cool skill to have. Go you. Okay, so what else you got for me, Dad?
She said my daughters.
Your daughters do that? Okay. So your daughters would be able to do that. I don't know if they've tried doing it, but that would be very, very cool. I love to see channeled drawings. Those are so fun. How they would do it is they would just kind of sit in a meditative state and let go, but don't judge it. That's the biggest thing as a medium or as someone who does channelings. That's the biggest problem too, is when you start judging it before you're finished. Let it flow. Let it flow. Your dad is very much showing me, is there a certain like recliner that you sit in, and when you sit down in the recliner, you kind of tuck your legs up under you? And then I feel like I need to have something.
She said, oh, I never tried.
Try it. Try it, extra medium. Your dad is very much Yeah, you'd be good at it. Try it. Don't judge it though. Just kind of let it flow. Take a deep breath. So,
And I think her yes is about the sitting.
okay. And again, when Spirit gives me something that you're doing, like sitting in the chair with your legs tucked under you, that is a sign that they are around you and they are near you. He says that sometimes you can feel him and sometimes you're like, Dad, where are you? Where are you? And he's around you all the time. He wants you to know that. And he knew I would tell him to prove it, and that's the reason he showed me with your legs tucked under you. You would actually be good, extra medium, at playing some music in the background. Some people, I'm hearing like a classical music. Who is Hildegard? What's her name? Hildebrand? Hildebrand. It was some classical music, and it is it Hildegard? Hildebrand? Something like that. And listen to that kind of music in the background whenever you are trying to channel something. You'd be really good at it. All right. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for letting me bring through your dad. He was lovely, lovely, lovely. And he did a good job with his information.
Manny wants to know if her son's mental health is going to be okay. Manny.
I heard you. Thank y'all. Manny wants to know if her son's mental health is going to be okay. I'm really feeling that your son needs some... Is he in therapy? He really needs to have some help. And he keeps a lot bottled up. He very much keeps a lot bottled up. So he needs to figure out a way to express that. So whatever's the best expression for him, he needs to be journaling. He needs to have someone to talk to. He has a lot bottled up that you need to make sure he gets out. Also, I'm hearing a protection meditation. So there is one on my website that is free. It's Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, and it's like you check out, but the protection meditation is free. You're checking out and the price is $0. Or there's some free ones on YouTube. So just make sure he is doing some protection meditations. And protection meditations does not mean you are protecting yourself from evil spirits. No, no, no. That is not what it is. You're just grounding yourself into earth and throwing love and light around you. So if you are just surrounding yourself with love and light, it just makes you feel better. It raises your vibration. And it keeps you in a better headspace.
Knowing 725, will I meet Jamie this summer?
Knowing 725 wants to know if they will meet Jamie this summer. I'm not feeling a lot of positivity around that. Now just know that these are psychic questions that y'all are asking me. Psychic is never 100% because there's so much free will involved. I will just read the energy and where it's headed. If you decide to change the flow of the energy, then the outcome changes. So I'm not feeling a lot of positivity in that, but if you're like, heck no, I'm meeting them this summer, and you instantly make it happen, then you are definitely changing the energy of that situation.
Lisa, why will my family be okay with me? That's all she said.
Right, I was just tapping into it. Lisa, will my family be? Some of them will be and some of them won't. You're going to have a couple of huge supporters in that family, and then a couple of that are a little bit judgy, McJudgy.
Melissa Hensley, 420, her daughter, Mariah.
Lisa Inslee, you said?
Melissa Hensley.
Melissa Hensley.
Daughter, Mariah.
Okay, so y'all have heard me. I haven't said this in a while, but because I haven't felt it in a while. I'm not sure that the spirit is Mariah. Just whenever a spirit steps up, if there's kind of like if the energy feels then I'm just not sure. So listen up, confirm or deny. Miss Melissa, we'll see if we have your daughter Mariah. The young lady stepping up feels like she was in her early 20s, and I'm pretty confident this is not Mariah, but here we go. Early 20s, blonde, or light brown hair, somewhere in there. Dirty blonde or light brown. She was in an abusive relationship.
My daughter was 7.
Okay, yeah, I had a feeling this was not it. But stick around, we'll pull your daughter. So what happens sometimes, so this spirit who is stepping up, there's a little girl behind Mariah who just, when she waves her hand, because I was about to explain to y'all, sometimes if you have a spirit and I'm calling up, but they know someone else needs to step up, they will move out of the way to let this person through. So we have a young lady here. She is in her early 20s. She has blonde hair, blonde or light brown hair. She was in an abusive relationship. She had gotten mixed up with drugs in this relationship. You know, I was hearing like an O name, but it's like, what kind of O? Ophelia? Oh. I just don't really even know any O names for girls. Ophelia? I don't even know. But anyway. Olivia? Oh, Olivia. Yes, I could go with that. And this, Olivia, it could definitely be Olivia. I didn't even think about that. I was like, oh my goodness, I was drawing a complete blank on an O name. Oh, thank y'all for helping me out, Olivia. That's a good one.
No, Melissa Hensley is confused. She thinks that you're still talking.
No, Melissa, I'm not talking to you. That's what I was saying, that I didn't feel like this was your daughter, and I said that up front because I could feel, now how I knew that was happening is I could feel an energy switch whenever they got here. And when I looked, it just wasn't clicking, and that's why I had a feeling this was not your daughter. So a lot of times what happens is after I read the spirit that has come through, then the one that I really wanted will be behind them. And why that happens is if the spirit that I really wanted, they will consciously step aside to let the other spirit up because this one needs to be read. So we have an O name. I'm filling an O name. This girl was in her early 20s. She had light brown hair or blonde hair. She was in an abusive relationship and got mixed up with drugs in this relationship. Before that, she was very, just had the world at her fingertips, just was lovely and beautiful. And do we have them claimed yet?
I just put in there if this information fits. Just
Olivia,
yes.
age 21, passed in January.
But that doesn't confirm everything else.
Does that confirm? Someone said Olivia.
Kelsey said, and Olivia passed in January, was 21.
Kelsey said that?
Kelsey is her name.
Kelsey. All right. Looks like we're with a Kelsey here. Or someone else says, yes, that's my cousin.
No, and here's the one person that, yes, that's my cousin. This person says yes. So you have a few people trying to claim.
Okay. When I said to give me something else, she's from like the southeast United States, like Tennessee, somewhere in there.
Kelsey Gillickson says she was blonde and beautiful.
Blonde and beautiful. She's absolutely blonde and beautiful. All right. Looks like we're with Kelsey. You know, she was just very much confused about the person that she was with. She was very much about, just let herself be dragged down. And she's absolutely said that she, so if this is not enough information, that's,
Yeah, she's asking, what does her smile look like? How did she die?
yeah, if you need more information, then it must not be your spirit. So, okay, let me repeat the information and let's see who she belongs to. Okay, so we have an O name, Olivia, that name sound. Early 20s, light brown hair, blonde hair. She's in an abusive relationship, had gotten mixed up in drugs. And she is from like the south, like over there, the south, that whole southern east structure from part of the United States. I have an amber in that matches. Let's see. It's not Alyssa. I could go with amber because they have the same, and it could be amber because it has kind of the same sound to it, but it couldn't be Elise. Okay, looks like we're with this amber.
Christy wants.
That's what I thought we were with earlier.
Christy wants 96, amber.
Okay. She's very much talking about that she made her own choices. Like, I know that her passing is kind of blamed on someone else. And yes, she was led astray by someone else. Yes, someone else got her mixed up in a lifestyle that was not something she would have really gone and searched for. She was, and she's owning that. She's like, but I made the choices. I made the choices. And she wants to make sure, and that's how sweet she is, that she is wanting everyone to know, no, I made the choices. I did this. I own it. And that tells you just how progressive she was, not only when she was on earth, but also in heaven, that she is stepping up and saying, no, I own this. This is my fault, and I did it. And I know that it's hard sometimes to accept because we're on earth and we want vengeance and we want, to hold everyone that even had a little bit to do with our loved ones passing to be held accountable.
Kristen said, yes, I understand.
She's very, just sweet. Oh my goodness, it's just a sweet, sweet soul. And someone has recently done something to commemorate her. It's some kind of memorial. And I'm not talking about the memorial she had when she passed. Something after that. And she's honoring that she saw that and how proud and happy she is that she is still remembered and she is still talked about. If you know her mom, and I always say whenever Spirit's asked to pass on a message, it's free will, and you want to make sure that you honor people's feelings when it comes to mediumship. And I even say that when I'm training mediums. You never go up to someone and just give them a reading without their permission, and you don't give someone a message from a medium unless you know they believe in mediumship and they're going to be accepting of it.
What about her daughter?
She's wanting her mom to know how happy she is about the choices she's made after she passed. So her mom has done something to honor her. Her mom has just really stepped to the plate and taken the reins and done her daughter proud. She's like, I'm so proud of my mom. She didn't think she had it in her. And through her grief, her mom is grieving tremendously, has a ton of guilt, wish she would have done things differently. And she's continuing to get up and make her proud and make good choices every day. And she said, make sure my mom says that she's made great choices, and I love her for it. All right. Thank you so much for claiming this sweet soul. Just such a beautiful, beautiful, sweet person. Love her.
Melissa's daughter, Mariah, is she still around?
The 7-year-old?
Correct.
Okay, Melissa, are you still around? Did your daughter have an illness? I'm feeling this girl spent a lot of her life fighting.
She's still on, but she's not typing. She's just putting hearts.
She is super sweet, and she's letting me know that you gave her so much strength. Like, I was trying to put this in words, what she was infusing. That she was using my clairsentience. And I was trying to be like, what are you just, you gave her so much strength to keep going on and to keep fighting. And did she used to like to color and draw? She's very much making me want to like sit down and color and draw. And
but didn't affect her health. I didn't see the first half of that. Oh, her had holes in her heart, but didn't affect her health.
okay. Very good, very good. And you just, and that makes sense because she's showing me you giving her a lot of strength and a lot of fight to keep going on.
Yes,
And
I still have her writings and pictures.
oh, very good. She just makes me want to sit down and start doodling. That's how I knew that. Like she was always so artistic. Do you have some of them framed? She's showing me them on some of them framed. Those have a lot of her energy in them. I think that's.
She fought to be here.
She did fight to be here. And you know what? You helped her. And she's honoring that. Like, she knew you loved her so much and you gave her so much strength. You were a lot of her fight.
She was so strong.
And she just loved, like, some of those pictures.
She said, yes, she does. I have framed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you do have them framed. Very good. Some of those pictures were just ethereal. I want to say ethereal. They just have a different energy about them. And it's because your daughter herself was very high vibrational, and it didn't take her much to tap into the other side, and she could bring it through so easily. She is talking about, and she's saying, I chose you. So I don't know why she is saying that. Typically when spirits say things like that, it is issues that you thought, you know, if she'd had a different mom, would she have been healthy? If this, if that. And she's very much saying, I chose you. So know that she would not have wanted any other mother. You were who she chose. You were who she wanted. Like, you just gave her the best life. You tried to make her let her have as much fun as she physically and possibly could. She sent. Have you been seeing cardinals? She sends you cardinals. So just know when you see those cardinals, those are absolutely from your daughter. She, you know that beautiful. You said she had holes in her heart, but that was a beautiful heart. She stepped aside so I could bring up the person before. Remember, I told you that there was an energy switch. She physically stepped aside so that the other person could step up because she knew that young lady really needed to be heard tonight. So your daughter was not only thoughtful and kind and loving on earth, she is even more so in heaven. When our good qualities are amplified when we go over there, and so they certainly were amplified with her. Thank you so much for letting me read her. And she was turning to walk away, and she says, remember to tell her I chose her. So know that, honey. All right, so what we got going on here, let's see. I'm going to pull one up, and then, does that sound good? Do you have psychic?
Cajun Girl 880.
Cajun Girl.
Will Dad be okay?
Okay, so will Dad be okay? I'm feeling that whatever is happening to him is always going to affect his lifestyle. I'm feeling someone who has been sick and is just not going to get back to 100% health and be able to have as much energy and function as much as he did before.
It's about time for public service announcement.
Public service announcement. I will not be direct messaging you, so please, please, please. I don't know what is up with all of these scammers. I have been reporting them like crazy, and it's like they don't go away. They just get to keep creating counts and just get to keep them up. And for whatever reason, when I search I don't see as many as other people see. I mean, I search, I report. Oh, thank you. Someone said that made them cry. That means it was a good reading, touched her heart. I report the ones I see, and then I'm always getting screenshots of people having other ones. So I will never direct message you. If you want a reading, please, Christy Godwin, Psychic Medium, and you'll pick a day and a time, and a Zoom link is sent to you. Someone asked me earlier how Biaggi's went, and I just want to thank everyone who came out. Biaggi's was a local event that I did at a restaurant, and I had booked a room, so it was just us in the room, and it went really well. We filled the room, packed it up, lots of beautiful messages come through. I will probably be doing something soon via Zoom. So how it works via Zoom is much like this, except you buy a ticket, so there's a lot less people, and I just bring up spirits and you claim them, but there's always a lot less people. So there's a greater chance that you're going to get read. What's that all I was supposed to talk about? Okay, let's see who we got here. Oh, okay, we got a preacher man stepping up. We have Grandpa Energy. You know, I'm hearing like Pastor Paul. Pastor is another P name. Pastor Paul. PP like pastor. It feels like a Paul. So Grandpa, who was a pastor, feels like another P name. And this guy was, he dressed in a suit when he preached every Sunday. You know, some pastors, you'll see them being a little bit more casual. This guy was old school, and he very much dressed in a suit every Sunday. He was very frustrated with some of the leadership of his church, he's showing me. This guy definitely fought a lot with the leadership of the church. You know how they have like a deacon's board or whatever. Because he wanted to include more. He wanted to have more of a loving vibration in this church.
Pastor Phil was my grandpa.
Oh, there you go.
Dre 706.
Dre 706.
She was actually looking for her, but Pastor Phil came up.
All right, Pastor Phil, Dre 706. So, you know, I don't know if you how much you know about your grandpa's time as a pastor, if you can confirm it, but he's talking about he just really had an issue with some people in the church because they were so judgmental. And this guy was someone who was very much about the love interpretation of the Bible, and he was a type that if you would let him, he would have taken a bus down and brought all the homeless people in on Sundays. That's what this man would have been doing. And very much, because he's talking about that he had experienced the grace and love of God. So it was the least that he could do was to show that to others. There is a lady with him. Who did you say they wanted?
She was looking for her mom, Mary.
There is a lady with him. Let's see who this lady is. Dre 706, you listening up?
And I did have her written down. She was asking where he was.
Okay, so...
Yes, my grandpa had one leg, and a lot of people made fun of him. He never judged a soul.
I just love him. Yes, that's absolutely what he was talking about. Okay, so Dre, there is a lady with him, and she makes me want to roll my hair. And I do not roll my hair. So you would have known her to roll her hair, and I also want to protect it. Like the wind and stuff, I want to put like a little scarf around my hair and protect it. So who around your grandfather was like that? They rolled the hair and they put a scarf around it to protect it. This lady is also showing me that there was a certain cologne that she wore, so there's a smell that was always associated with her. And
yes, I'm here. My grandma, she wore scarves.
Okay, very good. And so this smell, she's showing me, I don't know if you've noticed it. If not, if you haven't noticed it, pay attention. When you walk into a room, you'll smell her. And that's called clear alliance, clear smell. And don't discount it. You are really smelling it when you walked in, and it's a great way for spirits.
She had red hair and jean nate.
Jean Nate. I love that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So when you go into a room and you smell that Gina Tay, just know that is your grandmother, and she's letting you know that she's around you. Like I said, it's called Claire Alliance, clear smell, and it's a great way for spirit. So anyone listening, if you walk into a room and you just get a whiff of something, you're like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, no, and you kind of blow it off because whoever you're smelling is not around you. Know that they are around you. They're letting you know that they're around you. All right, thank you so much, Dre706, to let me read your grandma and grandpa. What sweet, sweet people. Goodness, lovely, lovely souls. And your grandfather, let me tell you, that's what pastors are made of, that unconditional love. That's what they were made of. All right, so the last few times, my heart is so full. That blew my mind. You're welcome, honey. Thank you so much. All right, so just know I will never message you. Please do not send anyone any money. Now, some of the screenshots that some of my followers have sent me of them messing with the scammers is funny. I've been laughing my butt off over some of that. But don't send anyone any money. If you want to mess with the scammers, go right ahead. But it's not me. Just know that. I have the one account. I don't even know how many followers. I have like 24,000 or something. I just have the one account. I want to thank everyone for joining me. Stick around if you want to. I am going to do a little meditation. I've been doing that the last few times I have gone live. So we're going to send some love and light out into this world and see if we can make a difference. So calling all light workers, let's go. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath. You're going to exhale when you're just kind of getting into the releasing your stress. You're going to bring the white light of God down, and you're going to feel this white light hitting your crown chakra. It's going to come down behind your eyes, behind your mouth, down to your throat. As this white light is traveling through your body, it's taking all stress with it. This white light is now traveling down your shoulders, down your arms to your fingertips. You can feel this white light gathering all the stress, taking it with it. This white light is traveling down your torso, through your heart chakra. As it hits the heart chakra, it's spinning, releasing love vibrations. This white light is now traveling down through your torso, down to your root chakra. You can feel the top part of your body vibrating in peace and unconditional love. This white light is continuing to travel down your thighs into your knees. When it hits your knees, it's releasing all stress. This white light is gathering all stress, leaving you with peace, knowing, and unconditional love. You can feel that unconditional love just infiltrating each and every cell of your body, making you feel whole and healthy. This white light is now traveling down through your calves, through your ankles, and to your feet. This white light has gathered all your stress and all your worries. It's now leaving your body through the soles of your feet and traveling down into the earth. It's traveling a couple of feet down into the earth, where the earth just absorbs all of your stress and grounds you. We want to thank the Mother Earth for making us feel like we belong and for supporting us. Now this white light is traveling back up from Mother Earth. It's hitting your feet, traveling back up through your calves and your knees. It's making you feel grounded, giving you a sense of belonging, and you are where you are supposed to be. You are doing what you are supposed to be doing. This white light is now traveling up through your thighs, up through your root chakra, back up through your torso, opening up your heart to accept the unconditional love being offered. This white light is now traveling back down your fingertips. You feel grounded to this earth. You are where you are supposed to be. This white light is now traveling back up through your throat chakra, behind your nose, out to the crown of your head. As this white light exits the crown, it surrounds you in a ball of unconditional love. This ball of unconditional love is protecting you, it's surrounding you in peace, and it's surrounding you in belonging. Now we're going to let the love flow from heaven through us out through our house. We can feel the unconditional love traveling through every room in our house, to the attic, to the cellar, basement, garages. Our whole house is vibrating in unconditional love. Now this love is traveling out through our city. Wherever you live, just envision the love leaving your house, traveling out through the city, infiltrating all the houses and all the people that live there. It's going to travel out from your city to your state. Now you're going to picture a map of the United States or wherever you live in your head, and you envision love traveling from your state to all the other states until the entire United States is covered in love. This love is traveling through you and out, and you're covering the United States, and you're envisioning every soul that lives in the United States absorbing this unconditional love and being healed. This unconditional love is now leaving the United States, going north, south, east, and west. It's traveling to other countries, over the oceans, hitting other continents, until the love surrounds the entire world. So at this point, you're going to envision the world or a globe and picture it, just the love just surrounding it. We're going to call all angels and light workers to send love down to this planet, so every soul can be healed. Every soul can feel like they belong. All right. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to exhale. Make sure you sit for a moment. If you walked through that meditation, you sit for a moment until you feel like you are grounded, and make sure you're not lightheaded, and before you get up and start moving around. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight and being a part of my evening, and y'all have a great evening.